Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I wanted to introduce you to a new add-on from the My Listing Club, which is called Listings Read More. Now, some of you are going to hear the words read more, and you're going to know exactly what this add-on is going to do before I even need to show you. But for those who don't, just imagine that you have a listing, you have a description field, therefore a description block displaying on the front end. And imagine that you have a description for a listing that's really long. That causes it's a poor user experience for people that are browsing your website and browsing your listings. Furthermore, it has the potential of hiding really important information that listing owners want people to see within those listings. So I'm going to show you all of the issues, the problems firsthand, and I'm going to show you the fixes as well, which is this add-on. Okay, so we're going to come back here and we're going to go over the product page in just a bit. I'm going to show you some real life examples, like I said, of the problem and the fix that's actually working on live sites. But before I do that, a couple of other things. Every starter site, regular starter site or light starter site from the club, now include this add-on. It's a plugin. Okay, so you're going to get that. So it's just adding more value there. Also, I want to point out, really important, if you go to resources and let's go into code snippets and let's do a search for read more, you're going to see this updated code snippet right here. Okay, if you are a club member, you can come in here and grab this code snippet and add it to your site. Okay, it's part of your membership. It's the exact same code, the exact same solution as the add-on from the club. But let's say you're not a club member, you don't have any intentions of being a club member, then you can just come over and grab this very, very inexpensive add-on. All right, so I'm giving you two different options, but this code snippet, again, is the exact same solution. Everything has been improved. This used to be, there used to be some, call them issues, but like some limitations, if you will. One of which was whenever you would load the listing, there would be a slight delay on displaying the read more toggle. That is now instantaneous. Also, there used to be an issue where when you use the code snippet, that if you had links within your listing, within the description field, those links were no longer clickable. So that was a pretty big limitation. But now all of those issues have been resolved, and you can get it again, whether it's the code snippet or the add-on that I'm about to show you. All right. All right. So let's look at the problem first. So the problem first, imagine you have a demo here. And as we see, it's a pretty long description. I've seen even longer descriptions, a lot longer descriptions. So one of the issues it causes is, unless you have a lot of content over in the right-hand column too, it just looks really wonky. Now, I did a video on this recently about how you can reverse the order of these, and I'm going to show you the importance potentially of that as well. That's because when we look on mobile, look what happens. You get this really long description field, and then all of that other data is way at the bottom. All right. And we're not even taking into account that they may have more than just a description field on the left-hand side. Imagine if they have the description field at the top, maybe they even have something else above that, and then down here, they've got additional blocks. You see how this becomes a problem. Okay, let's go back to mobile again, especially on mobile, but even on desktop, it looks bad. Scroll, 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 and then you maybe all this potential information down here gets lost. But again, I did a video on this recently on how you can flip-flop these columns around if that's something that you would like to do. All right, so let's look at a simple fix, which is this new add-on from the club. I'm just going to activate the plugin. Refresh the screen. Boom, just like that, we fixed the problem. You now get this read more link at the bottom. There you go, and you can expand it. Let's look on mobile. There you go, a much, much better experience. All right, we're going to talk about how we can adjust this, both in styling and how it's displayed, when it expands and when it doesn't, that sort of thing. Okay, before we do that, I'm going to show you some examples. Here is the Canvas starter site. This is a product of the club, and we see this working right here. We go to the dark mode. Same thing. We see that working right here. I did not have to do any styling. I didn't have to adjust any settings. I literally just installed the plugin and it was good to go. Lastly, I'm going to show you my own project. This is my own MyListing project. It's influencewp.com. I highly recommend you check it out. Same exact thing. You see it working right here. I did not do anything except for install the plugin. So the styling is going to work out of the box for 99% of the people out there. The height is going to work for 99% of the people. You shouldn't have to do much, if anything. All right, let's walk through this product page. We can skip all the way down to the FAQs because we've gone over all of this stuff. It's a plugin. Just like any other plugin, you obtain it, you install it, you activate it, and you're good to go. So let's go through the FAQs, and then I'll get you out of here. Do you offer support? Yes, absolutely. Support is offered. How do I add this to my site? Again, it's a plugin. Install, activate, you're done. The first really important question, does the toggle always appear? No. By default, it only shows up when the description exceeds 300 pixels, but this setting can easily be adjusted. We're going to cover that in the next FAQ here. But again, if this content area is not at least 300 pixels high based on how much content the user's putting in, the listing owner's putting in, this read more button, this link may never even appear. It's only going to appear when this gets to be 300 pixels or higher, and you can adjust that. How do I adjust the initial height of the description? Most MyListing websites won't need to adjust the height, but if you do, I give you some very, very simple steps. All right. How do I adjust the styling of the toggle? Again, this is going to be fine for just about every website out there, but if you want to come in here and you want to tweak the styling of this, you can. It's just CSS. Now, if you have links in your description area, if that's something you do, I actually don't recommend that you include links in your description area or in any text area of your single listings, because listing owners can and will inject all kinds of links into your site that harm your SEO, harm your reputation, create a bad user experience. It's just, I do not recommend using links in your text-based fields on your MyListing websites. But if you do, just note that if you go to style this link right here, it's also going to style these links. If you want to only style this read more link, you can do that. You just need to go into the settings of the plugin, the add-on as outlined here, and you're going to see a CSS class specifically assigned. If that doesn't work according to your needs, you can adjust the code or have a developer, ask a developer to adjust the code to provide you a class to wrap around this toggle so that you can style only this and not affect the links. But again, I recommend not having links within your description field. But I did want to make it possible, unlike before, that you can now click on these links and they actually work. All right. That was an important thing I wanted to fix. Okay, what's up next? Next is, does this only work for the description field? Yes. As this add-on, this plugin is currently built, it only works with MyListing's default descriptions field. If you know how to code a little bit, you want to try with AI, you have a developer that you can hire or that you can call upon, you can adjust this to work with other text-based fields. It just only works with the description field by default. And the reason for that is that's typically the field that's large. All right. That's why that was only targeted first. Can I see this working on a MyListing website? Yes, we've already gone through and I've showed you examples of that. Lastly, I'll get you out of here. How is this licensed? Lifetime license. There's no subscription, unlimited website usage. I just ask that if you're building sites for other people, please consider buying a copy of this add-on. It is super inexpensive. And like I said, you also have the option of just, if you're a club member, going and grabbing that code snippet. All right. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video and you're excited about this add-on as I am. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. As you've seen, I've implemented it on my own site. So, all right. I will see you all in the next video.